Maybe try something.
Azra asked you guys if you could try something.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm gonna try something.
Varian is nodding in agreement.
I think my internet just like
What do you
shoots
want to
up.
try?
Something. It's gonna stand up. Alright. I understand the circumstances. You believe we're gonna die if we go there. You don't want to bring your men. Completely understandable. What if you had men that volunteered willingly? Davden, for example, seems ready to prove himself, not only to everyone else, to his men. He was readily able to save us. I have 20 years of experience combat. Special operations, I can handle a team. We can move fast, we can get in, get out, I understand. The numbers are against us. I've dealt with many suicide missions before. I can get us in and get us out. If we prepare properly, we can do this. I understand you don't want to lose men. Sword and shield. Sword on shield. I understand. It's a pain to lose someone. If you have men, what?
You're gonna see fucking daggers coming from swords on shields.
It hurts deeply. I've commanded men as well. I've lost them. I know that pain. If you have men and women willing to volunteer, I'll try my best to take care of them as if they were my own. I'm asking you soldier to soldier. If they volunteer, allow me to try. I'm gonna sit down.
Swords on shields
If
begins to rocket up. Go ahead.
I was gonna have Varian slowly stand up, but if he goes up
No,
first, then
you
Varian will
get
sit down.
interrupted very much.
Yeah.
He begins by spitting on the table. How fucking dare you patronize me like I have not seen and experienced loss before? I've seen the horrors of war, and I've seen the horrors of what these creatures do. You want to know where the Crown Prince is? I watched him torn feather by feather, flesh ripping off of his skin while he screamed still alive, and I was unable to do anything. Do not speak to me of loss. You see Rarif reach over with a wing and gently touch him on the shoulder, and he sits down as Rarif stands up. The people you met on that ship, ones like Loose Arrow, trained their entire lives to scout and work through their way through the streets of Akka, to gather things that we might need, recover items from the past. They have a 45% casualty rate. And they know the city like the back of their hand. I understand tensions are high, but you have to trust us when we say the palace is the epicenter of where they come from. None of our scouts have gotten close and lived. I motion. His eyes rest on swords on shield. And we take some time. There's much we need to discuss. Looking at you all, there's much we need to talk about. Looking back at the council. I know someone in the city who would be more than happy to share their home with you. please take the day, take the evening, and you can return tomorrow, where we will discuss some more. He sits down.
Varian's gonna stand up.
Okay.
Just before we close, I think there's something that you should understand. You're all thriving here, and that's fantastic for you. But our home isn't. Children are dying of starvation in the streets. A war has broken out because there's not enough food to feed people. We can't survive. Getting these crystals is our family's only hope. I understand that you don't want to risk your people and your citizens because you don't have that option. We don't. And then Varian's gonna sit down.
Fenrir is going to stand up and say thank you for your time. We're very grateful for your hospitality. I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Idal stands up after you sit down. Then we'll call this meeting adjourned for now. Rarif, please, if you could help them find a place to rest for the evening. And he nods.
Fenrir is going to lean over to Azriel and whisper to him, something about Counselor Idal makes me think she's more reasonable and open than the rest. We need to find her in the meantime and get her alone.
Unless you have some lead, because I was about to do it my fucking self.
As they all stand and begin to leave, Swords on Shield kind of stays for a moment as they're all passing by. I apologize for my outburst. He seems like he wants to say something else, but he turns and leaves.
You were gonna say something else.
He just continues.
Mate. Wait.
He's gone.
Fucker.
Rarif's the only one who doesn't go through the side door, instead coming around to where you all are. Well, I haven't seen him act like that in some time.
Nothing hurts more to a soldier than failing the one person that you need to protect.
He was the captain of the Royal Guard. None of the royal family survived.
Is there no way I can talk to him?
I think it might be best that we wait until tomorrow. He needs
Fair
time to think. The
Fair
fact that he
enough.
apologized to you is a good start. I'm sorry that we can't help you, but our hospitality is genuine. At the very least. I know a woman, Ellie. She has an airship that's a bit empty feeling since her children grew. She'd be more than willing to share the space with you. We don't have hotels or inns here. So she'll have to do. And perhaps she can show you around the city.
Is there a place I can learn more about the airships and the non-magic lights?
You seem very excited by our technology.
Yes.
If Ellie permits, I'm sure she'll take you to go see the forges or the workstations.
We can go, right? That's definitely something we should go and do.
You should go and do that.
But I can't go by myself.
Yeah, now you can. He's gonna give him the crystal.
Oh,
Now, if you don't come back, I'll hunt you down, alright? And give him a wink.
Okay.
I'm trusting you, Varian.
Well, let's go meet Ellie first before the young one runs off.
He'll be fine.
He needs to know where to sleep.
Found him.
Could just sleep in the forge.
As he begins to walk out of the council room, he kind of turns back. A single ship will not fly without a counselor's order. Just bear that in mind.
So a ship just needs one counselor's order?
Depends on the counselor and depends on the ship.
I think we're on the same page, Varian.
He leads you outside.
Still think we should have tried the beetles.
Mate, sometimes the ideas are so outlandish. Put them down a little bit. I respect the ingenuity.
Logic!
Think small.
Yeah.
He leads you out into the plaza. And as you walk around the outside ring again for the plaza, passing around that statue in the center of the Deep Gnome and the Kenku, he will continue on into the bowels of the city. The walkways here seem to be a mix match of independent boards that they have put down as an actual walkway that will suddenly go up into the deck of one of the airships and kind of go around the side of it to then drop out the back of that airship down into the deck of another airship. And these are like the main roads and streets. They're all just crisscross mix match of different decks of different ships. It's perpetually raining here at all times, but the number of airships above you is so thick and numerous, no rain reaches down here. Although you can still kind of hear it humming off in the distance, pitter-pattering off of metallic surfaces. And of course, the ever-present crash of thunder and lightning.
How loud is that?
When you're here in the bowels of the ships, it's fairly muted. But we remember when you were on the deck of the ship, it was very loud. He continues to lead you not too far away. It's probably a good 2-minute walk away from the plaza before he stops at a single airship that is so packed with other ships around it, it doesn't even have a balloon or anything keeping it up. It's just kept up by the other airships around it, kind of sitting almost just in between all of them. It seems to be a 2-story airship. It's long, almost like a barge with a rectangular building on top. And he comes up to the front door. He knocks on it. Ellie, it's Raref. Sorry, one moment. It's Raref! A second later, the door will fling open. And you will see what seems to, at first glance, an Aarakocra, but Varian, you recognize immediately that this is no Aarakocra. This is an Owlin with an owl-like face. Her eyes, completely yellow, perk up wide. Oh, hi, Raref. Who are your friends? These are visitors to the city. very special, important guests. Make sure they're treated well. I know you have some rooms available. They may want a tour of the city as well. Guess where from? That's not for you to know right now. If you could just, please. Oh, of course, Sheriff. Are you coming by later for dinner? Maybe some other time. He kind of hurriedly walks off. It's always fun to do that to him. Hi, everyone. I'm Ellie. Um, it's nice to have guests. I haven't seen a new face around here in many years. Oh, come in, come in. Please make yourselves at home. Don't mind the clutter. It's perfectly immaculately organized and clean in here.
Very, like,
Clutter,
puts your
and I'm
finger,
just not seeing it.
like, against like one of like the shelves and like looks to see if like there's any dust and like there's nothing and she's like her face is just like, oh my god.
A little bit about myself. I'm 43 years old. I've had 2 chicks. They're both grown now. One is an airman on one of the ships, and another works the farms. I'm been a little lonely lately, but Rare's been keeping me company. I like to read. I like to walk along the decks and talk to people. I like to talk a lot. That may be a problem. Do some of you not like talking? What am I saying? Of course you do.
Ophelia, like,
Most people.
slowly raising her hand, but puts it down
Oh.
as she keeps going.
Yes.
Bathroom? Do you have a water closet?
Oh yes. Just go down the hall there, and it's on the left.
Okay. Be back.
Zuri here has a grandfather. I'm sure you two would be best friends.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Very nice.
Well,
you are very much like him.
Oh, in what way?
You have very interesting stories, and you're very personable.
Oh, I don't have many stories, but I am personable.
He's
What about you all?
married.
It was
Oh,
trying to. It's just a variant.
well, that's
I'm
okay. I'm
17.
taken anyways.
Oh,
You're just a fledgling.
I guess.
There's more to this one than meets the eye, though.
I like to make things.
Oh, you'd fit in right around here.
It is so cool. Where's the forges and the workshops? I'd very much like to see them, please.
Well, okay. Well, let's let the others introduce themselves. I haven't gotten to meet these fine gentlemen here.
My name is Azrael. There's an open room. I need to think.
Oh, yes. That way is the staircase on the second floor. There's 3 available rooms. The one at the end of the hall is mine. The others are, well, they're a little messy, but that you're welcome to them.
Thank you. I
Azrael,
appreciate
a
your
word, please.
hospitality. What?
My apologies for leaving you so suddenly. Fenrir, by the way, Paladin of Veritam. I need to speak to my companion here.
Oh, all right. Well, uh, well, as I told my chicks, no secrets in this house, but if you're guests, so I guess that's different.
I'm sorry for being rude. We're under a time constraint. We'd love to get to know you at a different time.
Of
The
course.
dinner you mentioned sounds lovely.
Oh, that was just to make him blush. But I will cook up dinner if you'd like.
I'd appreciate it.
Of course.
Zuri's going to follow her. You're so lovely. What do you do here?
Oh. Well, I do a little bit of this and that. I can sew, which is a pretty useful
Okay.
skill. I've used to sew the canvas for the airships, but I don't really do that anymore. But I sew clothes. I go and clean people's houses when they're not there, especially airmen when they're gone for times. Just odd things here and there. What do you do? You remind me of somebody I've seen around here.
Who?
I'm I'm having difficulty placing her name, but she's a Kanku, and she actually she wears a symbol just like that, and she points to the symbol of Vita.
Oh, so she must be a member of the Church of Vita then. I'm a cleric from the Church of Vita.
I don't recognize the name, but that's lovely.
So what did you mean by you do this and that? It's like you just kind of help around where you can?
Yes. Like I said, I just kind of do things where people need me. Um, Cleaning, sewing, cooking sometimes. We're all just a big community here, so if people need help, they come to me, and I help.
Okay. Just so you know, like this isn't an interrogation. I'm
Oh no,
curious.
this is lovely. I've been so long since people have asked me questions about like what I do and who I am, because we don't get visitors. I know everyone here, mostly, except for that Kenku.
Sari's gonna chuckle. Do you have any children?
But yes, I told you they're grown now. They're off doing their own things. But no young chicks anymore.
Okay. Do you need any help with what you're making?
Oh, you're so kind. I'm not currently making or doing anything right now. But if you'd like, you can help me make dinner. Do you know how to
Okay.
cook?
Absolutely.
Great. And then while we're cooking, dear, you can go see the forges and everything. She says, looking at Varian. Just remember to
Please.
be back before dinner time. Don't get in any trouble.
Right.
And
Why are
then
you all staring at me like that? I don't get
well,
into trouble.
because I was expecting you to run off, dear.
Oh, I was being polite. But if
Oh,
that's okay, I'll definitely go
you're
now.
so sweet. Oh,
Thank you.
yes. You may run off now, dear. Have
Okay,
fun.
bye.
What a sweet young man. She says to Zuri. Zuri?
Uh, he he is a very bright soul.
She'll lead you towards the kitchen, and as she's doing that, Fenrir and Asriel, you are heading up toward the rooms. Coming up the staircase, it's a single hallway that goes all the way to the end. There's one door. There's four doors either side. It's like a cabin area. You can tell this probably was some kind of small pleasure barge, or perhaps a house ship at one point, which still is. It's just no longer flying. Because there are four identical rooms. The one at the very end on the left is the one she was talking about. That's hers, but the others are available. And of course, they're all perfectly clean and immaculate, and there's nothing out of place.
What did you need to talk about, Fenrir?
I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. And Varian ran off with one of the stones.
That's fine, just tell me.
I wanted us, you and I, maybe Ophelia, to go and seek out Counselor Idol.
I have a feeling she might look for us. If you're saying that she was sympathetic towards us.
Can't be for certain, but it seems so.
Well, if she doesn't show up, then we'll seek her out ourselves.
If Varian doesn't, it's very, we may never see Varian again.
Trust the kid and he'll come back.
Oh, I wasn't questioning my trust in him. Just that he tends to get distracted and may lose track of time.
We have a whole day.
I am sure if given the time, he would spend an eternity there.
He would.
That was all, though.
Alright. I'm gonna take this room. Have fun. And he's just gonna
Yep.
go in
As
the
you
room
dip
next
into a
to him.
room.
You open the
Yeah.
room and Ophelia's already there, like chilling, legs up, like just so you're aware.
How'd you get there?
She went to the bathroom, but she didn't actually go to the bathroom.
There's only one staircase up. You would have had to walk past the party to do
I'm
so.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad, my bad. I suck with theater of the mind. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so the bathroom's on the first floor, the opposite direction. The staircase is near the front of the ship, the bow of the ship that goes up. That bathroom's in the first one, the back, and there's no back staircase.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, I mean, if she's walking into this room, it sets me up for
She's
For
not. She's been
scenes.
hiding out in the bathroom this whole time, avoiding conversation.
Azrael's just gonna he's just gonna like manifest Angel on like the other side of the room. He's just gonna like wad up a piece of paper and just start throwing it back and forth, and just like seems to be like soundboarding off of him, or them, or her in this case.
Okay.
The door is open in case anyone.
Okay. Fenrir, what are you doing?
I guess he's gonna walk into a different room by himself.
Okay. Ophelia, how long are you staying in the bathroom?
Until I hear her sweet, I love her, but her sweet chipper voice lead away from where she's at.
You will after a few minutes hear the voice fade away.
Yeah, she'll open the door, like head out, and if it's all clear, she's heading upstairs to where I'm assuming could overhear. That's where the rooms are.
Yes. As you walk through the living room area and you go through a small hallway to the staircase, you will pass by on the left a dining room, on the right a kitchen. They aren't normal sized doors; they're wide doors, but they're not like the whole wall gone. So you can kind of slip past it, Zuri
Yeah.
and Ellie if you want.
Yep.
To upstairs.
Zuri's going to go upstairs and snag Fenrir and pull him down to come help cook. If Fenrir wants to do that.
Yeah, he'll join he'll join Zuri.
Okay. You come to join Zuri. Ophelia, as you go upstairs, you see Azriel's room open. Are you just gonna go pick another room, or are you gonna bug Azriel for anything?
Do I hear like the sound of like you throwing shit?
Yeah, you see like you hear like something being thrown and like someone catches it and say, "No, if we did ground assault, we'd get swarmed by gates. I think aerial assault is the best." And he's like, then you hear a throw. Then it's like a few seconds and it throws back. It's like, we don't have aerial targets.
Yeah, she's gonna walk up to there. Yeah.
If you do pass though, you do see Angel and him and giving actually finally a good look at this woman. She does look very much like Azrael.
Kenchi. Does he notice Ophelia kind of walk in the room, or is he too lost in thought?
I would say he's too lost in thought.
Okay. She'll walk in and just shamelessly like give her Angel like a up and down. Damn. Now that I can properly, like, really study her, she's hot. Did you manifest this? Like, do you get to choose how big the tits are, or do they come out?
Well, if you want, do you want the honest answer or the bullshit answer?
An honest answer.
Ask my mother.
Well, she gave you a good face, didn't she? It's really a compliment. You have a hot mom. Good for you. Varian
The
has a hot mom.
Dragonborns. He does have a hot mom.
He really does.
The Dragonborn you saw is my father.
Come again.
The Dragonborn is my father.
Is that what that is? Like on your cheek? Those are dragon scales?
Yes, those are scales. That's the reason why my horns are gold as well.
What else is gold?
You have to find that out for yourself.
That is a salacious pair. How did they hook up?
They were mercenaries at first. They didn't really like each other. Then, being in constant groups together, getting to know each other, they kind of became a couple on and off and decided to stay together. And quite the pair, from what I understand.
Wait, you told me a little bit about them. Mercenaries in the Evernight?
Everdusk. They were
Everdusk.
Mistwalkers in Evernight.
Can I please canonically have gotten that right? It's in my notes. I beg you. Please.
Sure.
Thank you. I remember. So you can choose the form whenever these sand people are out. Your parents.
It's only one or the other, depending on what I need at the time. I've had her out mostly. She's quite useful.
So is your daddy.
Don't call me.
I mean, you have a hot dad too. What, do you mean lie to you? I'm sorry, I won't do that. What's wrong? Why are you throwing this wad of trash?
I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna get into this palace. I'm gonna need blueprints. If Adele agrees to launch the ship, we're gonna need Davdin's people and Davdin himself.
Why do we need Davdin?
Because he's the only one who's gonna take us.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's really... This is a good way for him to earn himself.
Exactly.
We only need one counselor's signature.
Which...
How hard can that
I
be?
know.
Wait, you know what we could do? We could forge it. Let's forge it. I bet there'll be no repercussions for that.
I know how to forge quite well. It's just I would need to see their handwriting first, which... I don't have anything, unless you have something hidden in your tits. So.
Why don't we forge it and then convince one of the counselors that they did it while they were drunk?
So gaslight them into believing
Get
that
them
they
drunk
forged
first
the
and
document.
then gaslight them.
I love the way your mind thinks, however, I don't think this is a good avenue at the moment.
I really thought that was
Nope.
genius, but
It is genius, maybe for a different circumstance.
what could possibly go wrong?
I can think of many. I never got to tell you, way back, what you did for Clip was very sweet of you, and you have a gorgeous voice.
Clippy?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't thought about him in a minute. Do you think he's still in that little cage?
I don't see Soleil letting him out any other way.
I hope we get him out. Sooner rather than later. Then you can be free of that as well. And there's deep emotion when she looks up and glances at where the crystal should be. I know that you have a hood on now.
Yeah. It'll come to pass. Happens, it happens. I don't regret my decision.
Well, thank you for it. You got us out of there.
You don't need to thank me. What do you think we should do when we get there?
But I gave you my idea. We get one of the council members drunk, we forge their signature, and then when they're sober, we gaslight them into thinking that they really did sign it. I can be very convincing, you know. What I want to be.
We'll keep that in our back pocket in case the other thing doesn't work.
Okay. We can also steal a ship. I have lots of ideas, so you just let me know what your level degree is of wanting to really do this, because we can. We just need to learn what we're dealing with, and then, you know, deal with it.
One step at a time.
Sure. One giant massive leap at a time. Easy.
It's as if every mission's a suicide mission.
That's what it feels like. You're really stressed.
I am.
Wow, I thought that was like an act a little bit. Like, I'm Azrael, I'm so serious all the time. I don't smile that often. But you're really very stressed. This actually really... Okay, well, take it easy. We'll figure a way out. In, and then out. How about we get drunk? That always helps me when I'm stressed. Zuri will be in. Oh, wait, Fenrir can't drink. Maybe it's not the best idea to do that.
Well, he can be left out of it.
No, I like him now. I didn't get him at first. I've changed my mind.
No harm in starting now.
Yes, and what other bonding way to drink and get drunk with everyone? Wait, he can't drink the fuck. What do we do? What do we make him tea? Ah, so boring.
Well, as this conversation's going on, Fenrir, you're dragged down to the kitchen by Zuri, where you see Ellie in there already. Still, she seems to be preparing fresh vegetables. Seems to be she's chopping up a carrot and a piece of cabbage. And she also has what seems to be slabs of meat on the side. Oh, you're here to help too.
I don't know how much help I can be.
She kind of
Yeah,
comes up to you, and her hands reach out, and she kind of grabs your muscles. With these big, strong arms, I'm sure you can accomplish lots. Why don't you? Do you know how to chop up meat?
Fenrir's blushing. Yeah.
All right, perfect. You do that. Zuri, you keep helping me with the vegetables, and we'll get this dinner done in no time.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course, dear. I love to talk.
So, how long has this city? We'll just call it the floating city. How long has this been
Odyssey.
here? Yes, Odyssey. How long has this been here?
Well, shortly after everything fell apart.
Were you around when everything kind of fell apart?
Oh yes, dear. I certainly was.
What were you doing then?
Well, I had just given birth to my second chick. When we had to flee the city. That's why I don't have a husband.
What happened to him?
He died helping me flee with our children.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It still hurts, but it happened such a long time ago.
Do you miss him?
I wouldn't ask me any more questions about that unless you want me to oversalt what we're making.
Okay, we'll save that for after dinner conversation.
Thank you.
What would you say of the government that's here, the council?
Oh, they're wonderful. They do such an excellent job. I have no complaints. Not many people do.
It seems like a very thriving environment and thriving civilization. Like I honestly I haven't seen anything like this in
It's
a
honestly a testament to the intelligence of the Aarakocra, the ingenuity of the Deep Gnomes, the studiousness of the Kenku, and the collective benefit of all the races adding together. We're really like a big community here. There's of course crime and strife, but it's rare.
if you could change one thing about how the civilization was created, what would that be?
Well, I wish it wasn't created on the backs of so much loss and suffering.
Do you what was her name? The sympathetic one on the council?
I know.
I know. Do
I
you
know
think
Marberback.
okay. Do you think that Idel has really contributed to how the society has turned out?
I doubt.
Yes.
I doubt who?
Maverback?
Marbleback?
Yes.
Oh! Oh, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Marblebacks.
What did they contribute to the society?
Opening up my deep lore notes. If Google will load. Oh, well, that's right, you're not from here. It's a story everyone knows. Bucktail Marbleback and Crackingwood. They both invented the airships.
Oh.
Bucktail was a deep gnome, and Crackingwood was a warlord back when the Kenkus weren't united.
Why weren't they united?
Oh, that's a that's a long story. More than dinner. But I guess to sum it up, the Aarakocra and the Kenku, um, they revolted against the old masters. Um, the Vati, which were kind of like I guess genies. The Kenku were cursed because they were the closest. The Vati created the Kenku, and they were cursed for the revolt, where the Aarakocra got away with it. The Kenku blamed the Aarakocra and fled to the turmoil, while the Aarakocra took over the Tranquil. That's how the story goes, anyways. This is thousands and thousands of years ago.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
One last question. Um, shoot, what was her name again?
I don't.
The yes. Do you think that Idel is more of an idealist than a realist or a diplomat, if you will?
Oh, I don't know too much about her. Um, I know she's the counselor of ships, so she's in charge of maintaining all of the ships and organizing that. I can't imagine you're not a pragmatist if you work with machines all the time.
Where would one find her if we were if I wanted to
Whoa.
have a conversation with her?
You could petition her by going to the councilship. They usually listen if you have something to petition.
But just her. If I just wanted to speak with just her.
Yeah, if it has to do with ships, she'll listen.
Okay. Okay. That's all the questions that I have. Thank you.
Sure. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course.
She asks everything. How old are you? Where were you born? Why are your eyes that like she's fawning over you, and especially Fenrir. With you, it's like, where did you get such a sunny disposition? What's the Church of Vita? With Fenrir, it's like, how come you're so muscular? Do you work out a lot? Um, do you like lift heavy things all the time? Could you lift me? Things like that.
Zuri gives her straightforward answers but doesn't overshare.
Okay. Do you tell her about Nexus?
Very briefly. Not all the turmoil that's gone on, only what the current state of it is.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add, Fenrir?
No, I think. I'm sorry if I'm messing anything up. Leanna never allowed me in the kitchen.
Who's that?
Was my wife. I lost her the same way you lost your husband.
You just, as you look back up, you just suddenly see her right in front of you, and she just wraps her arms around you into a big hug. I'm so sorry, dear. A shared pain.
Thank you.
She lets go.
How have you managed to keep such a hold on. How have you managed to maintain such a cheery disposition after everything that happened?
What use would it be to be depressed? I had 2 chicks to raise. I had a community to contribute to. Being sad didn't help anyone, let alone me. I don't have to fake it, I just have to live it. Doesn't mean I can't be sad.
I didn't have any children to keep me grounded after what happened. But
There were many that were consumed by sadness after everything happened. After everything
I'm
fell apart.
sad to say I let it happen to myself. It took me almost 10 years to come out of it, even a little.
I'm so sorry. If I had known you then, maybe I could have helped. But we know each other now. And so, if you'll allow me, I'll do everything I can to make sure that you have a cheery disposition from here on out.
That means a lot, thank you.
You did fantastic, by the way, with cutting the meat. I don't know why you were so concerned.
Well, I can't wait to see what you turn it into.
So with the carrots and the cabbage and the meat, I was going to make a delicious stew. A thick stew with some decent broth. I'm gonna need to go to the store to get some broth. But I think you all will enjoy it.
I'm very much looking forward to it. As much as I care for the priests back home, their training is in, is as holy men, not chefs.
I don't see why the two need to be mutually exclusive. A good man knows how to cook.
Hear that, Fenrir? Zuri says off as she's cutting the vegetables.
I hear you, Zuri.
Well, we can start the process of you being a truly good man right here, right now. Let me teach you how to make the stew.
I'd love that very much.
Okay, so, and she jumps into it, and she's just a mile a minute. We're gonna cut the vegetables here. We're gonna put it in here. Okay, so she's not a very good teacher. As this is going on, Varian, where are you heading?
Forges, warehouse, workshops, whatever I find first.
So there is two places that probably draw your attention. There's the blacksmith barge, and then there are the workshops.
Are they near each other?
They're fairly close to each other.
Okay. Which one do I come across first, like as I'm walking?
You probably come across the blacksmith barge first.
Okay. I will peek on board and see what's happening. And like, is there any like "don't enter here" things?
Well, there is a big note, don't enter here, which is the edge of the abyss. As you arrive in front of the blacksmith barge, you see that it is a very massive, flat airship. Beneath it are spinning propellers, pretty rapidly keeping it up. There's no actual like gas balloon above it. 4 massive propellers are keeping this thing afloat from beneath. You see lightning striking it in the sides. You see the electricity kind of crackle along the sides of the ship. It's attached by 2 large ropes. These thick, massive, like ropes this size, stretching from where you are in the main section to the barge itself, about 60 or so feet away, completely separated from the rest of the airships here.
First thing I'll do is find an area that's a little bit like, so I'm not sitting in the middle of like the street, and I'm basically just gonna sit down and like draw the ship out and like with the best schematics, make the best schematics I can from here, being like guessing, being like this could do this, and like just gonna sit there and do that.
Okay. As you sit there, though, you'll notice something interesting.
Okay.
The 2 ropes are just tied off here on big moorings. To the right of one of the moorings is a little sending box on a little metal pole. And you can see 2 wires coming out the bottom, and they go towards the ropes. And kind of you see them disappear along the ropes off to the distance to the barge. There's a sign underneath that says, if you need access to the blacksmith barge, state your reason why.
Varian is going to go over to it, and he's gonna pick it up. And well, first off, he's gonna like draw all of the as much as he can see of it, and make record of it. And then he's gonna like try and find a button to push.
Right on
and
the
then
side.
he's gonna be like, "Hello, my name's Varian. I would like to learn everything, please."
You hear the squawking of the box. Damn kids, get out of here! I told you to stop messing with the speaker box.
But your sign says to ask if you need access to the ship. Please and thank you.
Another squawk. Who is this? Is this a prank? Leave the box alone, kids.
So I can't learn about how to make the ships here? Is that the workshops?
There's not going to be a response.
That's fair. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. And
Okay,
then
are
I'm
you
just
moving
gonna
on?
I'm gonna sit down and like try and draw stuff again. And then I guess I'll go to the workshops.
Okay.
Apparently I
well,
can't learn how to make the ships there. They said so.
well, to be fair, you're like, hello, I'd like to learn everything, please. And they're like,
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Very
D-
treating
that's-
it like the drive-through library.
But he would like to learn everything. It's not a lie. I'm planning on coming back this way. I'm just going to go to the workshops first.
well, as you leave the blacksmith barge and head over to the workshops, we'll go ahead and call that a session.
That's also partially why I was like, let's go to the workshops.
We survived.
Is
Yay.
Yay! Real quick,
Oh.
next Friday, if we want to move session to next Friday, I can do a 6-hour session next Friday because I have the day off. And I will be getting back home after roughly about 2 o'clock. And so if we want to do a 6-hour session, I'm down for that.
Next Friday being
The
The 10th?
17th.
the 17th or the 10th?
Oh yeah, if we're doing the 10th.
The 10th. Because I have a motorcycle course the 8th through the 10th, and the 9th and the 10th I get out of class at 2 o'clock. And so I'll be available relatively around 5-6 o'clock.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know if I can. Let me
Let me
see.
turn the stream off. Everybody say bye, stream. Thanks for hanging
Stream,
out.
thanks
Bye,
for
stream.
watching.